Thank you for tuning in to As It Lays. Today's subject is James Caan. James, thank you for being here.
I like the way you talk. It's very quiet and very subtle and very kind of, okay, let's go.
We'll just get started with the questions then.
Very good then.
What style shoe do you wear most often?
Excuse me?
What style shoe do you wear most often?
Okay, let me just start by saying that's the first question. I like this. I mean, the style shoe that I wear most often is called a sneaker because of its extreme comfort, because of my many injuries from non-Jewish activities that I participated in. I have a couple of screws in this foot. So sneakers seem to be, right now I'm wearing Adidas. These are blue. I have some green, and I also have orange. It depends on, the suit I'm wearing.
If we opened your refrigerator right now, would we find anything unusual inside?
Other than that one arm that we put in there for a while. No, I would find no, nothing unusual, because my wife just buys the same stuff all the time, which really amounts to not very much at all, other than the stuff that she likes, a lot of yogurt, stuff like that.
Can an old dog learn new tricks?
Oh, for sure. Oh, sure. Yeah. And a young dog can learn old tricks.
As a child, what was your favorite thing about going to school?
Recess bell. Fighting in the hallway. Playing sports.
What movie do you find yourself quoting most often?
I think it's "You're a Bastard Person" from Waiting for Guffman. Chris Guest said, "You're a bunch of bastard people." For some reason, that just came to my mind. But I really don't quote it that often. Just when I'm very angry, I say, "You're a bastard person."
Where do you buy your music?
Where do I buy it? I don't. I listen to it. Somebody apparently buys it because I know I listen to it. Yeah, but I listen to it when I'm like in the car. So whatever they buy in the car and whatever suits my taste at the moment. And then I luckily know a few musicians, and I can go hear them live, and that's better. That's the only place outside of the car probably that I listen to music. And I play music too, in case you're interested. But you're not interested. But so please go on.
Do you enjoy fishing?
Oh, yeah, but only fly fishing, which I learned, in Sunnyside, where I grew up in New York. I had a tree about 8 blocks from my house, and we called it the forest. So fishing wasn't really, a big deal. But when I learned to fly fish, because it's the only type of fishing that you feel personally responsible for, you actually have to present something. You know what I mean? It's not like just putting something in the water, waiting for something to hit it, which is rather dull, I think. And then you always wonder what happens to that fish. Let's say they're swimming in a group. I heard this somewhere. And all of a sudden, a guy turns around and there's somebody gone, They go, "Where's Henry? Where did he go?" You know what I mean? I heard that. It's true. Fish just jumps out of the school. They must spend the rest of the day looking for him. I have no idea what I'm saying.
If you could ask God one question, what would it be?
Could you help me? Just a little.
Is it rude to discuss politics at the dinner table?
That's an interesting question. It is when I talk about it because I get violent. But it depends who you're with, right? Right? And politics are rude anyway. So, but yeah, if you're with people who spout a lot of stuff that they know nothing about, then it's rude anywhere at all. You know, we have a lot of those people who talk about politics and have no idea. They haven't got political science degrees or anything like that, but yet they feel this need. They get this call to talk about their great knowledge of politics. That's a longer answer than the question. So sometimes it's rude. Sometimes it's fun.
What would you say has been your best investment?
My children.
What are your thoughts on marijuana?
The people I've been around, I don't do it. Not that I think there's something terrible. I've done a lot worse, but it just, my thoughts are, it just makes me a little too stupid. You know, I want to eat a pillow and stuff like that, and you know, think everything's funny, but which many doctors have recommended that I do, but I'd rather be at the ready. And my one or two experiences with that, it's like, you know, I've been given some sedated drug or something. So I don't have any thoughts on marijuana. I don't want my kids smoking it and driving, and I don't want them smoking it and eating peanut butter sandwiches.
Do you get along with your neighbors?
I don't know who they are. Does that answer the question?
When it comes to being naked, are you modest or unabashed?
Certainly depends on who's in the room. Like if she was in the room, I might be embarrassed. You know, I don't know what she'd compare me to.
The first place you lived after moving out of your parents' home, what was it like?
Well, the first place I moved out of my parents' home was when I went to school, Michigan State, and I was only 16. But then when I moved into my own apartment, it was like not knowing what home cooking tasted like.
Is it more challenging to raise a son or a daughter?
I have 4 boys, and I had a girl when I was very young who unfortunately was snatched, so to speak, from me. You know, I didn't get the opportunity to raise her, which is very good for her, because my nieces, I would be, there would be a lot of dead 16-year-old boys, I think, if I raised daughters, you know, if they behaved anything like I did. Or so since I've never raised a daughter, but I helped raise my nieces, it was more worrisome. You know what I mean? I'll accept a little more, I know it's not right, but I'll accept a little more, a little more risqueness, or a little more, a bit more wrongdoing from a boy than I would a girl, I think.
Have you ever gotten into trouble with the law in a foreign country?
In a foreign country? Gee whiz. No, I've kept it all local, thanks, yeah.
Have you ever been conned?
Is that a pun? Oh, I've been conned. Yes.
In In your opinion, is everybody allowed one vice?
In my opinion, everybody's allowed as many vices as they want, as long as they don't make me do them. You know what I mean? If you want to go make love to sheep, that's fine. Just don't ask me to do it. Whatever vices you want, just as long as you don't harm anybody I like, because then I'll be very angry.
In general, do you prefer a happy ending?
Oh, always. Who wouldn't, by the way? I'd like to hear who doesn't like happy endings. I'd like to meet that person and have them immediately, put away.
What do you want the world to know about James Caan?
First of all, that I exist. And that I think passion is the most important thing. I think my least favorite words are "I don't care." So I try not to ever say it, or I don't like to hear it. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I'll slip, but if you don't care, either hate it or love it. It's so be passionate. I want the world to know that I'm passionate.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Oh, damn.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for speaking so eloquently.
And thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.